Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you guys how to download Anki on your computers. So if you have a Windows or a Mac laptop, this is what we're going to do. We're going to first start by creating an Anki Web account. So just go to Anki Web, and let me log out here. And you're going to start by clicking the sign up button if you don't already have an account. What you're going to have to do is enter an email and a password. So I'm going to go ahead and put a password in here and press sign up. So I already have an account with this. What this is going to do is send you an email. Once you press the sign up, you'll get an email. So right here, I've got my email. Make sure you go into your email and you press verify email here. I recommend using a personal email because if you use your school email, they eventually get shut down and then you won't have access to the account anymore. So just to be safe, if you have a personal email, then go ahead and use it. If you want to use your school email, then you can also do that as well. I would just say that then you potentially lose all your stuff in the future if you were to do that. Anyway, once you've created an account, you could go ahead and sign in. So I'm going to sign into my account with my personal email here. When I log in here, I see that I have all my decks here. However, yours is going to be empty at first. So what you're going to do is just kind of disregard this. You're just going to have a deck called like default or something here, and you're not going to have all this here. So once you log in, you've created your Anki Web account, which is great. The next thing we want to do is download Anki. So this is the one you're going to have to do on your computer. So either a Mac laptop or a Windows desktop. Just go ahead and go to Anki download. If you just type that into a browser, it will come up. Go ahead and click here. Press download. If you're on a Windows, make sure this is on the Windows tab and press this top download link. If you're on a Mac, go ahead and click on Mac and press this top download link. I'm on Windows here, so I'm going to click download on this one. It should take pretty quick. Once it's done, just go ahead and click in the top right here, and you're going to see the download. So go ahead and double click on that, and then you're going to see a file location for it. If you want to change it, then go ahead, but I'm just going to leave it as the default here. I'm then going to press install, and it should download pretty quickly here. I'm just going to let it download. Awesome. So Anki is done downloading. You can close out of this, and now you can go to your search bar, or it'll probably also pop up on your desktop. Just type in Anki. I'm going to type in Anki to this search bar, and it will pop up here. So here's the Anki. It's already downloaded, so everything is almost done here. We're going to keep updating this. So you're going to, again, load in here, and this will be empty. So don't disregard this. So once you first log in, I want you to go to Tools, then go to Preferences, then go to Syncing, and you'll see a log in button here. So I'm already logged in, but you'll see a log in here. So click log in. Let me actually just log out and show you. So you'll click, this is what you'll see. You'll see this login. You're going to go ahead and type your Anki Web ID, which is just the email you use to sign up. So there's my email and my password. And once you do that, it's going to sign you in. I'm going to click no here, but you could go ahead and click yes. So click yes to save preferences here. Just for demonstrations, I'm not going to do that. Then once you're done with that, go ahead and click the red X in the top right. So once you've done that, you now are done with your Anki account, and you're ready to start downloading and doing decks. The first thing I want you guys to do is click on this default deck. So click on that default deck, click Options, and you're going to see this top bar. Go ahead and click it and make sure it's clicked on Default. And what you're going to do is copy all the settings that I have listed here. So you want to set this new card limit to 9999, set maximum reviews to 9999. Under new learning cards, you're going to set this learning step, so delete everything and type 25M. Next thing you're going to do is go to lapses, and whatever's here, go ahead and put 20M. Scroll down to display order, and you want this same things that I have here. So you want deck, it should already be set to deck, but set it to deck. This one you'll have to click on and set it to random. The next one, click on it and click show after reviews. This next one should already be set. If not, go ahead and click it and do mix with reviews. And then this last one, click on it and find relative overdueness. Go ahead and scroll down. Nothing to do with Barry, audio, or time. Nothing to do with auto advance. When you get to this FSR, you're going to slide this button so it'll normally look like this. Go ahead and click that button. Don't change anything in it. Just go ahead and click that. Scroll down to below the FSRS and go ahead and change this maximum interval to 365. After that, go ahead and click Save in the top right, and you've now got all your settings, and Anki is all ready to be set up and ready to be used. So the next thing that we're going to do is go ahead and download an Anki deck and show you how to use that. So in the description of this YouTube video, or however this gets uploaded, I'll have a link. You're going to click on that link and you're going to see all of the decks that I have uploaded to this Anki decks folder. You're going to find your respective class. So right now, there will be more, but right now I've just got this demo deck and also this biochem deck. So let's say I want to download this one. So let's say this is my class. I'm going to click on it and press download. It may take, the larger the deck, some of these decks are really large and it may take a little while. Once it does finally download, go to the top right here and this will again say the deck here. Just go ahead and double click on that. When you do that, this import screen for Anki will pop up. Go ahead and click import here. And this may again take a little while again, but eventually you'll get a screen that looks like this. When this pops up, just go ahead and click the red X in the top right and you have, you've successfully imported the deck. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys how to do is how to actually answer and do cards. So what you're going to notice is that every deck has this breakdown here where you're going to have the class, you're going to have it sorted by the exams, and you're going to have each of these be one of the lectures. So for this class, cardiovascular physiology, I have exam 1, and I just only have 3 lectures loaded in here. Most of the decks are already complete, so you'll have all of the lectures, every single one, even the ones you're going to do the last week of the semester, all loaded in here. So what I want you to first do is click on the class, click this browse feature, go into this area where my cursor is and click on it. Click on any of these boxes, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and press Control A, right click on it, and go to this button where it says Toggle Suspend. Once you do that, you can click the red X in the top right, and then go back to this Decks button. What that does is it hides all your cards and makes it so they won't be due, and that's good because you don't want the lectures that you haven't already watched. So as you're going through the weeks and you just watch a lecture, this is what we're going to do. Let's say I just got done with the first lecture of the first exam. I'm going ahead and click on the deck. I'm going to click Browse at the top. I'm then going to click in this little section here, press Control A, right click on it, and press Toggle Suspend again. Then you can click the red X in the top right and go back to decks. And all that does is it basically just makes it so all those cards that were in that lecture are now in your deck. So you can see here now I can click study and I have cards for that first lecture. The next thing we're going to do is I'm just going to show you again how to do that. So let's say I just got done with this second lecture. I'm going to click on the deck, click browse, click in this section, press Control A, right click, toggle suspend, red X, decks. So what that did is it just suspended all the cards in the second deck, and just keep doing this throughout the weeks as you get done with more lectures. When you actually go to study the cards, I want you guys to just only study in the actual deck, or the actual class. So click on the whole class. This is going to mix all the cards from all the lectures. Go ahead and press study now, and you're going to start seeing your cards here. So the way we do this is if it's a card like this, it's going to have stuff covered, and the stuff that is covered in red is what you're trying to answer. So this is a bad card, so let me skip it. Let's take a look at this card. So the red cover is right here. So it says thus blank equals the pressure difference over the resistance. So let me think. I think I know the answer. I think it's flow or Q. And so I'm going to press show answer. You can also click spacebar. And there it is. Flow or Q is equal to the pressure difference over resistance. And what you're going to do after that is rate your card. So there's 4 buttons at the bottom here with times of how far they'll get pushed into the future. And this is how I recommend using these buttons. So we're going to use again button if we got it wrong. So if you got it wrong, click again. Then you're going to use hard. Hard is interesting. You're going to use hard very rarely, but the times where you use it is if you got the card right, but you kind of guessed on it and you were kind of not very confident in it. And if that's the case, then if you click hard, it's going to kind of put it a little bit sooner into your rotation. So I click hard whenever I kind of guess the answer or I just want to kind of see it a little bit more because I'm not as familiar with it. The next button is this good button, and this is the button you'll use most commonly. This button is if you got it right and you're good to go. So if I got this card right, I got flow equals Q, I did that correctly, I'm going to click good. You're not going to go ahead and click this easy button. So this easy button here, just don't worry about it. We're not going to click it. So let's look at this card. Blank, a defective valve that allows backflow. I know that's regurgitation, so I click show answer. It is in fact regurgitation. I'm going to click good. Let's say this one, I'm like, oh, I don't know what this is. Then when I think about it for a while, I don't know what it is. I'm going to click show answer. I didn't know it was aortic stenosis. I'm going to click this again button. I got it wrong. All right, this one, let's say I start answering this card. So again, the red covers, and I'm like, I don't know, I kind of know what this is, but I kind of want to see it again in the future, maybe I'll click hard. But again, most of the time you're going to be using the again button and the good button. So again is if you got it wrong, good is if you got it right. Only use hard if you want to see it later, or you kind of guess the answer, and then don't use this easy button. As you progress through your cards, you can see how many you've got left in this bottom section here. So I've got 78. As I go through the cards, that number decreases. And eventually, when you get done with all of them, you'll get to a screen that says this deck is finished, and all these numbers out here will be 0. And that's what you've done. You've done all your cards for that day. So that's good. Yeah, that's basically kind of how I want you to use it. If you are on the computer version, then I'm going to show you another feature. So if I'm going through and answering cards and I have a question about it, oh, this is a good card too. Some of the cards will look like this, where there'll be a fill in the blank. So HR times SV equals blank. All you have to do is think about what fills in that blank, and when you show the answer, it pops up. So that's another card that you'll see. Let's say that this card doesn't make sense to me, or I just want help explaining it during the tutor session. What you can do is click this More button, go ahead and press Flag Card, and click the flag. We'll use the red flag. So let's say I'm going through, I know how to do all these cards. Okay, I get to this one. I was like, during lecture, this one was confusing to me. During the tutor session, I really want to kind of look at this more and have it be explained. What I'm going to do is go ahead and click More, Flag Card, red flag. You'll see it pop up, and then I'm just going to continue skipping through the cards. So just go ahead and skip the card for now, and we'll address it and reset it in the tutor session. So you can use this flag anytime that the card is confusing, you want to touch on it more in lecture, you feel like it's a bad card and you just want me to update it or change it. Anything that you want to discuss about the card, just go ahead and flag it. We'll talk about it during the tutor session. Okay, I think that's kind of everything for reviewing. I'm going to quickly touch on Anki Web. So if you are using Anki Web, like I recommend to use this. If you want to if you want to do your Anki cards while you're on an iPad or an iPhone, then what you can do is just go into a web browser, type in Anki Web, sign in, and you'll be signed into your Anki. The only bad thing about Anki Web is that it doesn't actually save, or you can't actually like edit your cards. So if you want to edit them or flag them, you can't actually do that here. Anki Web is only for doing the cards. So you can still go in here, click on your deck, and go through, and you see these same buttons. You still see all the same stuff. So you can do all your cards, which is great for on your phone or your iPad if you don't have access to your computer or laptop. So that's great to do that. You can just go ahead and do the cards. It automatically will sync for you. And you can just do your cards here. You can't edit it or flag it. So what I would say is if you want to talk about something in lecture, go ahead and screenshot it, and then we can bring up those screenshots that you have during the tutor time, since you can't actually flag on here. So that's the one downside to Anki Web. If you do have, I think it's like $20 or $25, then you can download the app version and you can still flag and all that. But like I said, I would not use Anki Web unless, or I wouldn't download the actual app for money and pay that right now. Only do that later if you like Anki and want to keep using it in the future. For now, just if you're on your phone or iPad, go to Anki Web and do it on here, and that'll be good enough for our purposes this semester.